Okay, great. We are live on the air on YouTube. And let me see, today is September 6th. And it's time for show number 4 of John V. Hall's talk show for students of English. And let's see. Whoa, just a second here. Okay. We have two of my students on the show today, and we're going to have a debate today. Let me see, the debate is going to be about ideas that are new, interesting, and revolutionary, and that will change some aspect of the world for the better. This is something I want to talk about because, when you watch the news these days, it's all very negative, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And these are positive things. These are things that can make our world a better place. So I'm totally into positivity, talking about things that are going to make things better. So, yeah. So let's see. Let's have you guys introduce yourselves today. Let me see. Ladies first. Valeria, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. Good morning. I'm Valeria. I'm working in DHL as a customer service executive. And now I'm working in a company about medical devices in the position as in-house.
Oh,
And
okay.
I have been joining classes with the teacher for around 2 years.
Yep, about 2 years. Yep. Okay, good. You did a fantastic video once before for me about
I'm
your
trying to get
progress.
better today.
Right. Yeah. Let me see. And Guillermo, please introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, guys. Good morning. Well, I'm Guillermo Sinal. I'm 31 years old, and I am a graphic designer. I have been joining classes with John around 1 year, I guess.
I think so. Yep. Mhm.
Yes, I decided to take classes with John because, well, in my new job, I have receiving like calls from India, also from Japan, and even from US. So I needed
Mhm.
to improve my English. I already like knew, but I knew that it wasn't like perfect, so I needed to improve it. So I decided to be with John. So I'm very glad to be here, and I I'm gonna be here helping what in all that you need.
Sure. Okay. Uh-huh. Let me see. So let's see. When you started taking classes with me at the beginning, Guillermo, that you were taking a lot of classes per week, right?
Yeah, sure. Around
Yeah.
like 3 classes
4,
per
I think.
week, something like that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I decided like start with a lot of classes because
Uh-huh.
I to improve, right?
Yep.
But I feel that I'm very fluent. I know that I have to improve a lot, more
Right.
of aspect that that I don't know. But
Mhm.
I guess that I'm better when I speak in
Oh
English.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yes.
think so. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So,
Yep. Okay. So good. Let's see. We're going to present our ideas. Everybody has 3 ideas to present. Uh, I got these ideas actually from the World Economic Forum, and yeah, everybody has 3 ideas to present, and we're going to talk about those ideas, discuss them, and then we're going to vote on them. Now, for people who are listening to this show during the live transmission, you have an opportunity to vote on the ideas. What is your number 1 favorite idea? What is your number 2 idea? And what is your number 3 idea? You can vote in the chat, and also too you can ask questions in the chat if you have any questions for any of the people here, um, any of the presenters here today. So yeah, please keep that in mind. Okay, and at the end of the show we'll count up the votes. Any first place votes will get 3 points, second place votes will get 2 points, third place votes will get 1 point, and we'll add them up and find out which idea is the winner. We can think of it like this. Maybe we're a foundation that funds great ideas. Let's say we have a few $1,000,000 and we're going to give them to a group that we think has the best idea. Okay. Maybe we're on the Bill Gates and Melinda French Foundation, they got billions that they can spend, right? Okay. So we're going to take one idea and we're going to fund that. We got to find out which one it is. Okay. So let's see here. Let me see. Guillermo, would you like to present your first idea?
Me? Well,
You said you wanted to go first.
no, well, yeah. Yeah, sure. Well, the first idea that I bring is a flying water taxi. Was invented in France.
Mhm.
It's a taxi that is suspended above the water on hydrofoils. Hydrofoils,
Hydrofoils.
hydrofoil, yes, right. That helps the boat to lift,
Mhm.
lift the boat out of the water,
Mm-hmm.
cross a lake in France.
Okay.
So it's electrical, fully electrical. I'm
Mhm.
gonna present you like a photo to you
Yeah. Okay.
because to give you an idea, this is the yes,
Wow.
this is called the bubble.
The bubble.
Yes, the bubble is low noise, sorry, and fully electric.
Okay.
It uses just electric and is always above the water.
Mm-hmm.
It saves like 100 kilograms of CO2
Mm-hmm.
per day, so it's
Mm-hmm.
very grateful with the nature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, mm, what can I say about that? Oh, just a passenger can be there. The roof of
Okay.
the boat can be open or closed depending on
Mm-hmm.
the weather. Of
Okay.
you could find like a panoramic
Mm-hmm. Right.
panoramic
Right.
views
Uh-huh. Right.
from the skies and also from the mountains. So it's very like it's so cheap. It's like eight. I don't know how to say euros.
Mhm.
I never said that before euros in English, but but it costs like
Euros. Euros. Yeah, that's right.
so for me it's very cheap and also it's very good for the nature. But you
Uh-huh.
can also can that can be also just found in France.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I don't know if in Europe or other people's other countries, sorry, that implements that kind of taxis driver,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it's very kind of interesting that it was implementing in France.
Right. Right. Uh-huh. So I saw the picture there, and it has like 3 posts that are in the water.
Like this one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes, well, it said that it has like five or four. I don't know if like, we can
Oh,
see
okay. You can't really see
here.
from that angle.
I don't know if this is the correct picture, but it's kind of like an example of what
Mm-hmm.
we find in that lake. But that helped the boat
Mm-hmm.
mm, to be suspended in the water. Using like
Okay, well, so the boat is the posts are in the water. Is there something on the bottom of the posts?
like the
Like maybe there. What I don't understand is how does the boat stay out of the water?
mm,
Because
uh,
normally you put a boat in the water, right? And the hull, which is the bottom part of the boat, it sits in the water.
yes.
But the hull is up in the air and only the posts are in the water. How does it stay up like that? Do you know?
No, with science, maybe.
Okay, well, I do know.
Yeah, for real. That's
Yeah,
fine.
because I learned about this. It's something called a hydrofoil,
Hydrofoil.
and yeah, and I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it actually pushes air down to keep the boat, to keep the hull of the boat above the water.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Okay. And do you know what the advantage of that is?
Well, maybe cause less emission of CO2, less
Yeah.
noise.
Uh-huh. I'm not sure if it's air. Actually, I may not be right about that. It may not be air. It might be propellers that are in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure about that actually, but yeah, it keeps it up, and then when it travels, I think we were talking about this before. Do you know what drag is?
The drag. You
Yeah,
said that before, but I don't remember the exact
drag. Uh-huh.
the meaning.
Drag is the resistance that you have when something travels. Okay, if you have a truck or a train, when it goes forward, it hits the air,
Okay.
right? And that air is trying to push against the train or the truck or the car or anything. But so it's important to have a aerodynamic design so that so if you have a truck that has a flat face to it, okay, that's got a lot of drag on it. Okay. And so it makes it more difficult to go really fast because the air hits the front and it has to go zip out to the sides.
Mhm.
Okay. But if the face of the truck or the train is more like this, if you can see that,
Yes.
then it's easier for the air to go to the sides. It doesn't have to go at a 90-degree angle. It's more like it goes vroom, like that.
Okay.
Okay. And that means that there's less drag. Now you can have drag for a vehicle that travels on land, and the drag is from the air, but you can also have drag from water. So a boat, when it goes through the water, there's a drag is basically resistance, right?
Okay. Okay. Yes.
So a boat going through the water causes resistance, and so if you had a boat, and let's say the front of the boat was like this, okay, so the water comes up and it hits it, and wow, the water's got to go here or it's got to go here, okay. But if the front of the boat is like this is why boats have this shape in the front, right? Okay. The water doesn't have to go zoom out like that. The water just goes like that.
Okay.
That's less drag. Okay.
Okay.
So your water taxi there, flying water taxi, they called it.
Yes. Yes.
It has something that elevates it out of the water. And
Yes,
so
the hydrofoils, right?
the what?
Hydrofoils.
Hydrofoils. Yes,
Right.
the hydrofoils keep it out of the water. And so that means when it goes through the water, it doesn't have very much drag. It's just those posts.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, and the water can go around the posts very easy, right?
Sure.
So that's why this flying water taxi, it actually is flying a little bit. It's not flying high up in the air, but it's flying just on the surface.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and now that I think about it, I remember. Yeah, the hydrofoils have propellers, and they go like this, and they're under the water. and that's what keeps it up.
Yes.
The propellers keep it up.
They
Yeah.
lift out of the water, yeah.
Yeah.
The boat, and then that causes like the sensation of the boat is flying.
Right, right. It is flying a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not. It can't go up into the air. No, but it's just flying just enough to stay off the water.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. So it's all electrical?
Yes, it's all electrical.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, completely electrical.
Uh-huh. And yeah, so it's very good for the environment, right?
Yeah, sure, sure. I would like to implement something like that here in Costa Rica, but I don't know if that is possible. Because
Yeah,
well,
well,
we
you-
have like a lot of lakes. We just have
Mhm.
one lake, maybe the Arenal Lake.
Lake Arenal is the big one, yeah.
Yes, and then we have right here in the city. Maybe we
Right.
can implement in the rivers, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that is possible. Because
Well, you could have it on Lake Arenal. You would need to have charging stations.
yes,
Uh-huh. On maybe in at least two different parts of the lake. And you'd also have to have a dock, which is, when a ship comes up to land, it parks next to a dock, right? So you'd have to have a dock for it. But that's not very much.
yep.
Yeah.
If we implement it here in Costa Rica, that would be great.
Yeah. It would be good to have in Costa Rica. It would be good because this is an environmental country, and people would like to see something like that. Even the tourists, I think, would like to travel across Lake Arenal on that or something like
Yeah,
that.
sure. We were totally
Okay.
agree.
Good. Okay, now that was the hardest one to explain, Guillermo.
Yes.
So we got the hardest one out of the way. Okay. Yeah. Even I had to study that one a little bit more
Yeah.
than the others. Okay. Yeah. So okay, it's all easy now. Okay.
Well, maybe.
Good. Okay. Valeria, which idea would you like to explain first?
I would like to explain the first hydrogen powertrain.
Yeah. Okay. Let's be careful of the pronunciation there. Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen.
Hydrogen train, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. And I would like to share some important points that I consider that are really good ideas or are really important. For example, only emit water vapor. The train will follow 90 minutes in the road. Could be, I consider that could be better if could will more minutes in the road, but it's okay for this type of train.
Right.
And yes, this train was built by a French rail firm that is Alstom.
Okay.
And now this technology is up and running in Europe, including the first hydrogen powered passenger train in Germany.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, yes, hydrogen.
The emphasis is on the first syllable. Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's important to mention that Beijing, Seoul, and London, they are considered to have some hydrogen powered buses. And another important point is that Airbus is planning to have the first plane for 2035 about hydrogen too.
Yeah. Okay. It also mentioned in the video that they're building a train right now to be used in Quebec. Do you know where Quebec is?
Quebec. Yes, and this is including 7 steps in the road to the Saint Lawrence River and to banks. Banks
Right.
of the Saint Lawrence River.
Do you know what country that's in?
Yes, it's Canada.
Canada. Yeah. Yeah. Of course,
Right.
yeah. I'm being patriotic here. I'm a Canadian. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really impressed about that. Yeah. Anything else about the hydrogen train?
For international transport, that is a really good idea to
Mhm.
try to reduce the descarbonizing shipping.
Okay. Yep. Okay, good. Let's move right along here. I'm going to present one of my ideas.
Okay.
Let me see. This one is really not really that difficult to do. It is putting more trees in cities.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. Especially in Europe, in recent years, they've had heat waves when the temperature goes really, really high. It gets really, really hot, and basically, what happens is some people die, especially old people, especially sick people. Okay, and they're getting temperatures sometimes in the high 30s or close to 40 degrees. And this is really, really bad. But our cities are not very well designed because they have a lot of concrete, they have a lot of asphalt. And what happens when concrete and asphalt is exposed to the sun for a long time?
Increase the temperature here, right?
Right. So a lot of cities get really, really hot during sunny days and also during heat waves. Okay. Your average European city has tree cover of about 15%. Now, what is tree cover? Well, imagine that you're over a city and you're looking down at the city. How much of the area on the ground is covered by trees? That is your tree cover.
Okay.
Okay. The average European city has 15% tree cover. Okay. San Jose, Costa Rica, does it have good tree cover?
No. Just in the parks.
Yeah.
Just in national parks.
Yeah, in the central part of the city, there's actually quite a few trees, but there are other parts where there really aren't very many trees at all. Yeah. Let me see. If you increase the tree cover of a city from 15 to 30%, you reduce the average temperature by 0.4 degrees centigrade. Now, that doesn't seem like very much, but if you do that, it will reduce the number of deaths caused by heat, deaths because the temperature is too high, by 39.5%. Okay. Now, I don't really think in a place like Costa Rica we have people dying when it's too hot in the city. Do we have that problem?
No, but I have heard about countries like Spain.
Yep. A lot of European cities have had this problem, and also too in the United States. So a lot of cities don't have enough trees, and so they often have something that's called an urban heat island. It's an area which gets really, really hot when the sun is shining and the temperatures are high. And these are not good places to live in. So it's actually good to live around trees. Okay. Trees, of course, take carbon dioxide out of the air, right?
Yeah.
But we also forget trees are a shield against the sun. They protect us from the sun.
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And so they reduce the heat in cities. Okay. There's a city in Romania that only has 7% tree cover. It's one of the worst in Europe. And on a hot day, it will be 4.1 degrees centigrade hotter than the area outside of the city.
Extremely
Okay.
hot.
That's not good. Okay.
Yeah.
As a result, there are cities like London and Barcelona that are currently aiming to plant trees in the cities, and they want to get to that number of 30% tree cover. Okay, I can also speak from personal experience. Mexico City is planting trees, and they've already got a lot of trees. In fact, it is illegal in Mexico City to cut down trees unless you have special permission to do it. Okay.
Mhm.
All trees in the city are protected. And it's making the city a beautiful city. It's making the city a green city. And
Unhealthy.
What?
Unhealthy, because I have
Healthier.
heard that
Yes.
the smoke is terrible. When
Right.
you try to breathe, that smoke is terrible.
Right. Okay. I was there. I was in Mexico City, I think in the year 2000. It had a terrible smell to it.
Yes.
It smelled like chemicals and human excrement, and it was terrible. I was there last year, and sometimes I could smell a little bit, but it was so much better than when I visited in 2000. Yeah, and it's such a better city because it has a lot of trees, and that's a really good thing they're doing there. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to Guillermo. What's your next idea?
Okay, well, I bring another idea. That is a chair that is made from waste plant material.
Mhm.
There is a company that create a chair based on resin from waste plant materials. I'm gonna
Mhm.
show you a photo also of that.
Mhm.
This is a simple chair, but it's also
Okay.
very simple and usable. There's the resins. Okay, the resin. Sorry, set
Mhm.
hard when heated or heated, and when combined with other fibers, and then became so hard and useful,
Okay.
useful to the made the share, and
Right.
also reduce the impact and the use of the plastic.
Uh-huh.
And then this is a very a good idea to reduce that use of that materials, and also
Uh-huh.
is, I think it's not cheap,
Uh-huh.
new, and also the new stuff are always like expensive, but it
Mhm.
would be better. It would be it would start like getting cheaper. And
Uh-huh. Yeah, I just want to correct your pronunciation of a couple of words.
yes,
First,
sure.
resin.
Resin,
Yeah, and the other one was fiber.
fiber.
Fiber. Yeah.
Okay,
But everything else is fine. Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay. Anything else about that?
this is recyclable. And
Recyclable. Yeah.
yes, and bio. How can I don't know how can
Biodegradable. Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Biodegradable. Yes.
Biodegradable. Yeah. Okay. Furniture that is biodegradable. Interesting. Okay.
Yes, sure.
Let's move along here. Valeria, what's your next idea?
My next idea is turn plastic trash into soap.
Oh.
Some scientific from Virginia discovered when they turn plastic into a special reactor, leaving a specific residue is a waxy, and they discovered that they can make soaps and detergent with that waxy because it has the same consistent about the detergents and could be used at the same way. Um, are um, is cheap because only require plastic and heat. Is not like another process that needs more elements during the process. And this process works for the same, both for polypropylene and polyethylene.
Okay.
That are the most common types of plastic that we can find
yeah,
every day. Mhm.
I got it. Okay. Interesting. Turning plastic into soap.
Sounds interesting because could be
Yeah.
reduce a lot of trash that there are now in the world into a soap. But I'm
Right.
not really sure if could be healthy. I'm
Well,
because it's a like a combination for I know that is similar or the same consistent the waxy for
uh,
detergents, but
right.
I was wondering if could be healthy. I
Yeah, I think
guess
so.
maybe yes, but
Well,
I'm not sure.
yeah. Well, the other thing about soap is it does cause a little bit of contamination if you put it
Exactly.
into the ground or if you put it into the water.
Exactly. Mhm.
But that's just such a better way to use plastic, I think.
Yeah.
It's something to do with all the plastic. And let me jump right in here and go into my next topic,
Okay.
because my next topic has to do with plastic trash in the world. Okay.
Okay.
And it's something called a sea bin, uh, CSEA, bin, BIN. And what it is, do you know what a bin is?
No, I don't.
Okay, we often talk about the trash bin or the garbage bin. Okay. It's the
Mhm.
thing that you put your garbage in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This is called a sea bin, and it floats in the water, and it's designed so that the top of the bin is about level with the water around it in the sea.
Okay.
Okay. And what it does is it basically collects plastic that's floating on the top of the sea.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. And when there's a little bit of water that falls into the bin, okay, and when that water falls into the bin, it often brings plastic with it. Okay. Now, one thing I didn't see because this wasn't explained, what happens with the water that goes inside? I think somehow that water goes out. It must go out the bottom, and maybe there's a filter that collects the plastic and other garbage.
Mhm.
Okay. So, and what happens is the bin fills up with plastic, and then at some point somebody has to empty it. Okay.
Okay.
But the sea bin always stays in the ocean, and it's also it's what we do. It's doing what we call skimming plastic off the surface of the water. Okay. The a little bit of water is falling into the bin. With it comes the plastic, and then
Okay.
somehow it keeps the plastic and the water goes out the bottom. I think that's what happens. Okay. Let me see. They've tried some of these. They've tested some of these. Their devices, when they were put in the water for a year, collected 90,000 plastic bags and 16,500 plastic bottles. Okay. There is something called the Sea Bin Project. The Sea Bin Project has put 860 sea bins in different locations around the world to collect plastic trash. Let me see. In total, after 1 year, the sea bins had collected 3,300 tons of garbage, most of it plastic. It also collects other garbage as well. But here's something even more fantastic. The sea bin can filter out microplastics and also microfibers.
Okay.
Microfibers are used to make a lot of clothes, and they're long and skinny. But it's no problem for the sea bin. The sea bin can capture microplastics and also microfibers. Okay. they're working on a new version of the sea bin that can skim oil from water. When it said oil, I wasn't sure. Are they talking about vegetable oil or are they talking about petroleum? Because that word oil in English is confusing. It
Yep.
refers to both. Okay. But I'm pretty sure they're talking about petroleum because I don't think vegetable oil is a problem in the sea. I think it's petroleum, right? Okay. And so that would be a great way to clean up an oil spill when you have oil in the water. Put out these sea bins. The sea bins collect the oil and remove it from the water. Okay. Let me see. This is a very, very serious problem because today in the world we have 150 million tons of plastic in the ocean. And it is producing something called microplastics, also something even smaller called nanoplastics. And guess what? Nanoplastics are ending up in the fish that we eat, in lots of different types of food that we eat. And they are also starting to collect in our bodies, including in our brain tissue. So this is obviously not good for us. And so we really have to get serious about removing plastic, and especially the microplastic from the ocean. And this is something that we can do. If we do it on a large scale, it would really help clean up the plastic in the world. Okay. Let me see. Guillermo, I think you have one more idea, right?
Yes. Well, as we know, electric cars emit almost no carbon while driving.
Mm-hmm.
But the creation of battery production creates so much pollution. So students in Netherlands,
Mm-hmm.
a car that captures carbon. I'm gonna show you again the picture of the car. They built this car with what the car have two filters that sucking up 2 kilograms
Sucked up. Yep.
2 kilograms of CO2, and also well the battery and a lot of part of the car are made by a 3D printer.
Ah, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so they don't use like any other materials than
Mhm.
recyclable,
Mhm.
something like that. um, Also, they are using well, this car is called SEM for zero emission mobility,
Mhm.
and those filters used in the car help to reduce the CO2 emission and also the duration of the battery.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and now there are like 10 millions of electric on the road.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So this is the car that was made for students and is helping for the environment.
Right. Uh-huh. Okay, good. Let me see here. Valeria, would you like to present your next idea? And I'm sorry, I have to step away just for a minute, okay?
Okay.
But please go ahead. You'll be fine
Okay.
without me.
To take daytime naps. And one of the important things to mention is that are li- linked to a lower risk of dementia and another disease. And napping can help in our ability to learn because the brain are have rest. And for a maximum benefit, you will limit your nap for 30 minutes or less. That is the recommended for the scientifics. And keep the brain healthy as we age can help to fight the Alzheimer. That is one of the another disease that could affect to the brain.
Okay, awesome. Mhm.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
About daytime naps.
Daytime naps.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can
Let me see. So let's see. Guillermo, you've done your 3 ideas. And
Yes.
Valeria, I think you've done your 3, right?
yes, 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 I have.
Okay, you
Mhm.
did the hydrogen train, turning plastic to soap,
Yep.
and daytime naps.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And Guillermo, you had the flying water taxi, plant-based furniture, and the electric car that removes carbon from the air.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
And I had trees in cities and sea bins. Okay. So let me see. How much time do we have here? Yeah, we have a little bit of time. What do you think are some of the what do you think are some of the best ideas here?
For me, plants more trees in the cities.
More trees in the cities. Okay.
Mhm.
Why do you think that's the best idea?
Oof. Well, for me, the one that I said, the chair with the
Just a minute. So my question is about the trees in the city. I was asking Valeria, why do you think the trees in the city are one of the best ideas?
Because help not only to the people, just I was thinking in the animals, in the health for everybody,
Sure.
and try to help to the this minute the temperature in the cities.
Okay.
I believe that the could be better for everybody with a better
Uh-huh.
environment.
Yeah, it could diminish the temperature. Yeah. Uh-huh. Good. Okay. And Guillermo, you were going to say?
yes, sure. Well, for me, the idea that is the most like creative is the share of furniture that is made from waste plant or material. Because, well, when you work in a company, you see that there are many like time that they buy a lot of chairs and tables and all.
Mhm.
Mhm.
For example, there is a company that I know that have like a bodega with a lot of chairs and a lot of stuff that
Bodega?
came, well, like bodega, like something, a place where you can save like
Yeah.
garbage. That
The word for that in English is warehouse.
warehouse. Okay,
Warehouse. Yep.
awesome,
Uh-huh.
awesome. And you see that always are buying and buying a lot of stuff, and
Right.
that
Right.
can cause a lot of pollution, garbage, and even
Right. Right.
you can reuse those materials doing a lot of
Uh-huh.
another shares for the company.
Yeah. What
Yes.
I thought was really impressive was I was thinking, okay, furniture made from plants, that's going to be, how are they going to make that hard? But it was hard.
Yeah.
You think like plant material, that's not very hard, but no, that's good, strong furniture.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I need to buy another share because I broke my
Ah.
this share. So this is the second. No, this is the third one that I have to buy. So I
Uh-huh.
think if was made by with that material, it could be more hard.
Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Listen, we have a question here from a viewer. Catalina actually wrote to us, and she says here, "Great show. I have a question for you guys. Should global policy, política is the word in Spanish, by the way, should global policy focus more on reducing plastic production at the source or on developing technologies to clean up existing microplastics in the ocean?" So, to put that in very simple terms, do we need to use less plastic to make things, or do we just continue to make a lot of things with plastic and we just focus on cleaning the plastic out of the ocean and out of the air and out of the ground? What should we do?
I I believe that could be better if the companies could try to reuse all the materials that the company have after the process. But most of the time, they spend a lot of money trying to create a lot of things with low materials, and most of the time, the lower materials are more contaminated. I believe that would be better if they could take an advantage to reuse all the materials. And now I believe that some countries are trying to clean the process that they use. And at least here in Costa Rica, there are programs like something like Bandera Azul, that some say.
Yeah.
And some companies are trying to be everything organic or according to do not damage the environment.
Yeah, what does Bandera Azul mean in English? How do you translate it?
Okay, blue flag.
Blue flag. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that program is for beaches, right?
And yes, but I have heard and there are some other companies, because I heard about in San Ramon in a store. They are, I do not remember ferreteria, but I
Hardware
remember.
store.
Okay, they was participating in that, and they were using only was organic, including the soap hand, the towels, everything, because they were in the program. And then that I'm not sure about that, but I believe that it's not specific just for oceans or beach.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like there are certain blue flag beaches in Costa Rica, and that means that they're flags that they're beaches that they try to keep clean. But actually, I didn't know that the blue flag program, or Bandera Azul, as you call it,
That could be another similar, maybe. I'm not sure if the name is the same, but I almost sure that yes, because I remember to her the owner of this place. I forget again, ferreteria.
hardware store.
Hardware store. Okay, and he was. Very specific to, we only need this, so we cannot buy another towel. It must to be this type of towels and something like that, because I'm competing in the program. Is it?
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I'm wrong, but I think that applies to these districts also.
Oh, yes?
Yes.
And I believe that the university, UTM in Alajuela, I believe that have the same blue flag, because
okay.
There is no just for beaches, sea.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. There's a few things that I want to napping. With that one, I knew I had a professor a long time ago, and he always took a nap during the day. He'd take like a 30-minute nap, and the problem I noticed was that sometimes the university would have a conference, and there would be many speakers that would come from other universities and things like this. And there was a lot of organization, and it was usually an event. It would usually take place on a Saturday, and all day long Saturday, there would be speakers and things like this. He was organizing it, and he'd have a problem because he couldn't take his nap. And what I noticed was that later in the afternoon, he just looked really tired. It was like, yeah. That's the problem with napping, is that once you start doing it, you have to. You always
Yes.
have to.
Exactly.
And you're not very good if you have to skip a nap. Yeah, then it creates problems for you. But the Spanish tradition of the siesta is one that we don't have here in Costa Rica anymore.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was
Not
mention-
what?
I want to mention that since I started working and a lot of companies here in Costa Rica, I never see like the culture to have a snap.
Nap.
Mhm.
Nap.
Yes, nap. So I never do that. I never
Yeah.
take in consideration to do a snap. Something
Nap. N-A-P.
Nap. Okay.
Nap.
So it's very very curious to hear that. And
Uh-huh.
it's like I don't know if it's like obligation or it's something that you have always, but it's very weird to hear because
I understand that Spain is in a transition these days. Traditionally, they always had a siesta right after lunch.
Mhm.
But in a lot of the big cities, they don't have time for it anymore.
No.
But still, with some companies and probably the government too, it's part of the workday. There's time for a siesta. And so they sometimes still do it, but it creates a problem for international businesses because you can phone Spain after lunch, and sometimes what will happen is nobody's answering because they're all on a siesta.
Well, I have to confess that now that I'm working as an in-house in this medical company,
Yeah.
I see people every day like this.
Really?
In the sofas. Yes, there are 3 sofas, but are very comfortable. And
Oh,
when
really?
you sit in that sofas, it's like you feel like a hit in your head.
Oh, really?
Yes, and there is very common to see people there, and they have a space, and you could sit, or if the sofa is empty, you can take all the sofa. But it depends on
Uh-huh.
the amounts of the people. But I only one time I
Mhm.
tried to take a nap, but I was scared if I maybe when I realized was very late. I
Mhm.
tried to use an alarm, but I
Mhm.
didn't like do that in the work. But is in that company is very common to see people.
Mhm. Okay. Let's see here. Well, we're coming up to 10 o'clock. If there's anybody still watching the show and the live transmission, and if you want to vote, we're going to do the vote right now. Yeah, if you vote, we'll add your vote to the votes that we have here on the show. Let's do that voting right now. What I want you to do is think about what your top 3 ideas are. Okay. What's your number 1 idea? What's your second best idea? What's the third best idea? I'm going to start myself. I'm going to say trees in the city is my number 1 best idea. It reduces death, and it seems like it's one of the easiest things to do. You know, Mexico City can do it, and they made their city a lot better. So the rest of us can do it. Okay. Number 2, let me see here. I would have to go with the sea bins, which I talked about, because the problem of ocean garbage is a huge one, and we need to get rid of it. We need to take, especially the plastic, but also other garbage. And again, that one doesn't seem like it's that difficult to do. The C-bins don't look like they're very complicated to create and set up. So I think that would be a good thing. And for number 3, I'm going to go with the electric car. The electric car that takes carbon out of the air. Actually, that one, yeah, that's a really good one, because electric cars use a lot of carbon to be created. Carbon dioxide is produced in the production of electric cars. So we want to balance that out. And the best way to do that is to have electric cars that remove carbon from the air. And that reduces what we call the carbon footprint. Because, yes, okay, you create carbon when you make an electric car. But then the car, you drive it, and it takes carbon out of the air. So, yeah. This is something that is really, really important. I think all electric cars should have it.
Sure.
Okay. Guillermo, what's
Yes.
your number 1 idea?
Well, I'm keeping the share that is made from waste plants.
Okay.
This is
Uh-huh.
the winner for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have the electric car that captures carbon.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Then for the last one, the electric flying water taxi.
Electric flying water taxi is the last one. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. What about you, Valeria?
And for me, in the first place is plant trees in the cities. In the seconds, I
Oh, okay.
think the same as you, C-beans.
C-bins.
And yep. And the third point, the hydrogen power train. I believe that are very important to transfer for the people in each country. In a
Okay.
health way.
We have another chat here. We have another comment on the chat
Okay.
from Carlos, who we've seen on the show before. He says, "Great job, excellent talk show, nice job, guys." Okay. Yes, if anybody wants to vote on their top 3 ideas, please go ahead and do that right now. Put them on the chat, and we'll add those votes to the total that we have so far. Let's see. What of the 3 of us, the things that we didn't vote on? We didn't vote on napping. Taking
So
naps.
difficult. So difficult.
Yeah.
So difficult because well, okay. At least for me, I believe that I
Mhm.
not always I can take a nap.
Right. Mhm.
Just in case. It's an additional rest for me.
But if we did it, it would be good for us.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But yeah, we just can't imagine doing it. That's the problem. Okay. Also, nobody voted for turning plastic into soap.
Mhm.
I couldn't eat that.
Well, we have to do something with all of the plastic, and I think that's a good idea. I mean, you could take the C-bin project, you could collect the plastic from it, and then you could take that plastic and convert it into soap. And that's better because with the C-bin project, what are you going to do with all of that plastic? You have to do something with it.
Yes, make sure.
But I believe that we could
Make sure.
create.
Okay.
Just
Yeah. Okay. Your idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Guillermo. Yeah, that was a great answer. Yeah. Okay. Use it to make the furniture. Yeah. Sorry, Valeria. What did you say?
No, that I believe that with the trash that C-bins collect, could be creating other things that not soaps. And I'm agree with the
Yeah.
furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could recycle the plastic, but the only problem is that recycled plastic, you can use it for a few things, but there's a lot of things that it's not good for. Yeah. I think they say I better not say a number because I'm not sure, but it's only a small percentage of plastic that is collected that can be recycled. In a lot of cases, you could recycle the plastic, but it's not worth it.
Okay.
It's cheaper to make something from new plastic than it is to go through the process of recycling plastic and using it again. In some cases, recycling plastic is cheaper. And so businesses are doing that when it's cheaper. But when it's not cheaper, there's no point in doing it. Yeah, a lot of plastic that is recycled, that is collected for recycling, is not actually recycled.
Okay.
A lot of it is thrown out. Yeah. Let me see. Well, okay, nobody else has voted at this point. Let me see here. Okay, well, we're coming up to 10 o'clock, so let's see. Well, what is our number one idea? Do you know?
No.
No.
2 people voted for this as the number one idea. And that means it gets 6 points. Trees in the city.
Okay, perfect.
Trees in the city is the number one winner. Second place with 4 points is the sea bins.
Okay.
Okay. Third place, because Guillermo voted for it as number one, 3 points, plant-based furniture.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. And but also, sorry, I missed this. Tied with that, also with 3 points, is the electric car that removes carbon from the air.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, that one also got 3 points. Okay. So if we're a foundation that's going to give millions of dollars to these ideas to implement it in the real world, then it's the trees in the city. So we're going to plant trees in the city. Okay. Yep. It'll make our cities nicer places, lower temperatures, and let's not forget, it's also something that removes carbon from the air, carbon dioxide in particular, and also carbon monoxide too, which is which is not a good gas. You don't want to have that in the air. So yeah, let's encourage people. Let's encourage people to plant a tree in the city.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep. You can actually start by planting a tree in your backyard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. Totally.
Yep.
That's great.
Okay. Good. Well, I think that's it for today then.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Great job, guys. I think we did pretty well there. Sorry, I had to leave for a short while, but these things happen. So, okay. Great. Thank you very much. And that's it for today. Okay. Bye-bye.